From MTN Sports, this is the Missoula Marathon, sponsored by the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation.
And good morning, everyone. Welcome to the KPAX broadcast of the 2025 Missoula Marathon. It is a gorgeous day in Missoula, Montana. We are so excited to be with you today. We are waiting any minute now for the first half marathon finisher to cross that line. I'm Jill Valley. I'm here with Kyle Hansen. We've been tracking these runners all morning.
Yes, and just got word that they just passed Bonner Park, so near close to downtown. Right now the leader is Zach Perrin. For those who don't know, he's originally from Kalispell, lives in Bozeman, All-American in Colorado in track. Makes sense that he's winning this race right now. He's also the 2022 winner, so we'll see if he's crossing here shortly, but it sounds like the runners are starting to get past Bonner Park, which is kind of like the last stop before the bridge. But good morning, Jill. Fired up to be here.
I'm so excited to be here with the entire KPAX team. We've got Derek Joseph, who will be talking with the winners as they cross the finish line. Let me bring in Danny Hallows, our forecaster. Good morning. Nice weather for today.
It's absolutely perfect out here. It's been a little chilly, but you know what? That is optimal running weather. Clear skies. It's just gorgeous out here, Jill. We're so excited. It's looking like it's going to get a pretty warm Sunday for us. Above average temperatures today. So hopefully the elite runners finish before it gets too warm out here. But yeah, it's beautiful. Not a cloud in the sky out here.
I know. Good job. We love it. And this is a race a lot of people love. It's consistently being considered one of the best in the countries. It's flat, it's fast, and it's gorgeous.
And one of the coolest parts about it is the weekend element too,
Yes.
right? How like it's not just the Missoula Marathon. We had Friday the beer run and the Runners Expo just down over here at Karis Park that kind of kicked everything off. And then yesterday, Jill, we had a lot of fun both with Mark Martin and Danny Hallows at the Kids Marathons, the 5K for Tony Banovich. It's a really cool event and really fun to see this was happening here. And you know, we were talking off camera a little bit too. It's a little cold last year, so it's kind of nice that the weather is perfect finally.
Right, and this is such a big event for Missoula. 7,500 plus runners participate in this throughout the weekend. There are people here from all 50 states and 8 countries, and they're running in everything from that kids marathon to the full marathon. And the full marathon runners that started at 6 this morning at Frenchtown, the leaders are already halfway through. So
pretty crazy. And like you said, all the people come from out of state. I mean, a lot of them will break records, or they say, oh, I just came here because I'm trying to check off every state, and then they come back. So it's a lot of fun to see that. It'll be interesting to even say Zach's the winner, right? Because he is from Montana, and one of the reasons he said he likes coming to this is because it's a good Montana event. So like you mentioned, big event for Missoula, especially the local businesses here downtown. A lot of people involved as sponsors with the marathon, so it's a very community-oriented event.
right, they believe this brings in like $4 million to the local economy, if not more. There are more than 600 volunteers that make this possible through Run Wild Missoula. This is just one of about 15 races they have throughout the year. Obviously, though, this is the biggest one.
100%. Well, it's interesting, too, the money you say it brings in, because really comparatively here in town, Grizz football is kind of really compared to, and even then with the people it brings in, Cat Grizz is probably the only other sporting event that brings in that many people. That's just how big this is and how it's become such a summertime staple.
And we're just so excited to have the whole team down here. We've got cameras all over the place, people ready to greet the winner. And again, you were talking about Zach Perrin. Weren't you saying he was on pace? He had some 5-minute miles. How is that even possible?
Yeah, it's kind of wild watching the live updates, which you can find with the app. I believe it's, I have to remember the app name, but anyway, there's an app that can do live tracking. But yeah, his current pace was 5 minutes and 4 seconds per mile.
Okay, how does one do that?
Yeah,
that's amazing.
I feel like most people, if they run just a 5-minute mile, are pretty stoked about that. So the fact that he's doing that for 13 is awesome.
It's amazing, though, when you come down to the finish line and you watch people finish.
Yep.
There is every age, every body type. You don't have to be an elite runner like the ones that will win to participate in this. They have a wonderful training program that starts in January through Run Wild Missoula that helps people train for the half and the full. Some of them do it with interval training. Some of them run straight through. There's just so many ways that you can train and participate in this. I've done it twice. Pathetic time times, but it doesn't matter because being a part of this was just really inspiring.
I was going to say, you're eyeing the training now, right? You got to jump back into
Yeah, I
it.
guess I better, right?
100%.
You're a runner too, aren't you out here
That's a
doing
good
this?
question. Maybe for next year. We'll have to get in. I like it. You mentioned Mark Mesmer as well, going for his 6th. He's also leading the men's full marathon, so it looks like he's early favorite to bring that home once again.
And we're warning if he'll break a record. It was
Yep.
broken, it was like 2 hours, 20 minutes, 27 seconds, something like that.
I believe so.
Approximately. That was set in 2014, but Mark has held the top spots consistently. So if he breaks the record or if he wins or not, he's still a pretty incredible runner.
It looks like here,
I know we're getting excited for that first one to come through.
but surely. So the men's half marathon record is 1 hour, 5 minutes, 13 seconds. So we actually just passed that mark.
Okay.
So it doesn't look like we're going to get a new record on the men's half marathon, but they're still kind of winding down here. Zach Perrin still leading, and actually his brother Ben Perrin, who also ran at Flathead High School, multi-time state champ, All-American at Montana State, just finished up his career there. He's also he's in 4th place.
Okay.
So the Perrin brothers are kind of having a big showing right now.
It'd be fun if like they've got 1, 2, or 1 and 3 or something like that. Share the medals in the family, but kind of a fun family affair. Cheering each other on.
Totally, and probably just used to each other's running styles, right? Just follow each other, and I'm sure Ben's probably used to losing to Zach as well. But
all right, he's on the Bear Tracks Bridge.
All right, here he comes, looking to finish this one up. Look at that scene behind him.
Wow.
All right, here he comes on the bridge.
And they have the ribbon out, waiting to go.
All right, your 2022 half marathon champion Zach Perrin looking to get his 2nd half marathon title here in Missoula on a beautiful morning, bringing him home right now with the volunteers. Looking at about hour, 6 minutes, 6.5 minutes. And Jill, he owns 2 of the top 10 half marathon times, so he's pretty decorated at this point.
Yeah, I think he knows what he's doing. Oh, and he's even slapping high fives to the crowd.
Look at that.
Pretty confident.
All right.
Nice.
Your 2025 Missoula men's half marathon winner, Zach Perrin, officially crosses the finish line. Congratulations, Zach. That'll be his 2nd half marathon title and got us underway. Love it.
Catching his breath, getting his medal. That's incredible.
Barely broke a sweat.
Just something he did on a Sunday morning.
Right, yeah.
Ran 13 points.
Pretty easy. You can see him right here behind us, getting greeted by the volunteers.
We'll be talking with him shortly. Derek Joseph will be interviewing him. He'll tell us what it was like. And if you look at your app, who's 2nd at this point?
Noah Hasselblad.
Okay.
From Cheney, Washington.
Oh, right on.
So he'll be coming any minute. We have Jackson Duffy from Ronan's currently sitting at 3rd. Ben Perrin sitting at 4th.
And I would imagine in the next 15 minutes we're going to see the first full marathoner. We're already at 2 hours and 7. If the record is 2:20.
A little bit of background on Zach as well. Earlier this week we did a feature on him, and so his career is really interesting because he was so good at Flathead. He went to Colorado, which is kind of one of the premier track and cross country programs in the country, and Zach, his freshman year, was a member of Colorado's national championship team in cross country. So national champion, All-American, makes sense that he'd be winning these events, and then went to nationals in track. Like, he just decorated up and down. So big win for him, and it looks like Noah Hasselblad is entering right now.
Yeah.
Our 2nd place men's half marathon runner. Time right now is about hour, 8.5 minutes.
It's pretty incredible. What a great achievement.
Look at that morning. I can't stop looking at these drone shots.
I know. It is literally perfect out here.
Oh, it's awesome.
It's a good thing they started early, though, because it's going to get hot later on.
All right, Noah Hasselblad crossing the line right now from Cheney, Washington. About an hour, just under 9 minutes. Rocking the Eagles hat.
He's got Eagles socks, too.
Does he really?
So,
Oh,
yeah,
I like
so
them.
we're good, yeah.
Ooh, about 3 hours from Missoula. Nice little jaunt over here.
Here comes number 3.
Jackson Duffy from Ronan, rounding out our top 3.
Got 1 hour, 9 minutes.
Yep.
25 seconds.
Big win for Jack. Big third place finish for Jackson here.
All right. right. So
All
the
right.
top 3 of the men half marathon have now crossed the finish line.
All right. And Ben Perrin sitting at 4th still. Looks like he'll be coming across to join his brother.
How are we doing on the women's side? Can you tell on your app?
Yes. So on
Pressure on you now.
the women's side right now, Anna Gervitz from Glen Mills, Pennsylvania is your women's leader. She is running at about a 5-minute, 51-second mile pace.
And I believe the record for the women's half is 1:14:29. So we'll see. We're at 1:10:13 now.
1:14:29. Yep, you
Yep.
got it. McKenna Morley, another local legend.
Yeah. Okay.
And here comes Ben Perrin coming across right now, across the Bear Tracks Bridge.
They make it look so easy. All right, as the race continues, we'll get more and more runners coming across the bridge. Let's now go to Derek Joseph. He has the men's winner.
Zach Perrin, the Missoula half marathon winner. Zach, what was it like just being able to cross that finish line first and just being able to do this again?
Yeah, I mean, crossing the finish line, that's one of the best parts, right? Like, the race is so challenging. You're out there's multiple times along the course where you maybe just want to stop or slow down a little bit. So, yeah, crossing that line first was great. I've done this race, I think, 5 or 6 times now. And I think that's the second time I've won it, so it's been a while. So, yeah, I feel great to do it. I usually get second or third.
Yeah, you were running with your brother in this race, and just now you have the bragging rights. Oh, it's over him. So, just what is that conversation going to be like once you're back at the back at the house, and after you're talking about the rivalry here?
Yeah, I mean, Ben didn't train too hard for this race, so I didn't know what to expect from him. I mean, he's so talented, obviously. He ran so fast last year in college. So, I'll definitely give him a hard time a little bit, but I'm sure if he trains, he could be right there to be beating me.
Yeah, and just being a part of this race and being from Montana, what is it like just being a part of the whole community and just being around all these people and just being and just having everything with you and being ready to get out to this race and be a part of the community?
Oh man, yeah, it's awesome. This race is my favorite race that I've done ever, of any road race, trail race. I always have a great time coming here, and it just feels like a reunion every year of like everybody that runs that's in the running community in Montana. I feel like most people come out to this race, and the race organization does a great job of being super inclusive and like inviting everybody out, giving people entries to the race. So this is one of my favorite weekends of the year, and looking forward to it next year.
All right, go celebrate. You would deserve it. All right, that was Zach Perrin, the Missoula Half Marathon men's winner. And so I was also talking with some of the elite runners, including him, over yesterday when they all visited. And so now we're going to toss it to the package that I did about these runners, just because they were so excited to be competing with each other in this race.
Okay. Let's see where we are with these runners here.
Yes. Give me 1 second. Congratulations, Zach, by the way. Great stuff there from Derek. Got a lot of runners starting to cross here, and we're waiting for our first female in the women's half marathon.
Probably not a record for the women, because that's 1:14:29. We just passed that, but that doesn't matter. We're still excited, waiting for that, waiting for the first full marathoner to come across. We mentioned this before, the record is about 2 hours, 20 minutes. We're sitting at 2 hours, 14 right now, so that'll be a big moment coming up, which we'll have for you live.
More runners coming across here. Looks like Anna Geverts is still leading the women's race, so we're waiting for her to cross as our champion today. I can't get over this weather, Jill. I really can't. This is unbelievable. I remember last year genuinely being cold when we did this event. This is incredible. As we talk about, all the efforts that take to put on this event, 600 plus volunteers, and it really is amazing just how much the volunteers do, and the call to action that people are willing to answer that and come out here and help and just kind of be a part of this, even to cheer, because I know just hearing someone cheer for you when you're running 13 or 26 miles can go a long way.
Well, for a lot of people, this is going to be their first race. They've never done it before. They were inspired by maybe somebody. Sometimes they're running to raise money for their local organization, and it's a victory. I've seen people cry at the finish line. I've seen people thank God at the finish line because they made it and they achieved something pretty amazing. So when you come down here and you watch this, you just can't help but feel inspired.
100%. 50 law enforcement and emergency medical response personnel also here. 45 plus vendors were at the Runners Expo. It was a really big, event going down in Karis Park the last couple of days. Probably my favorite stat, 332 plus toilets along the course. Huge.
They're all over the place. You got to have it.
You
So
need
there
it.
are some funny running terms, and I'm going to quiz you on a couple. Do you know what a streaker is? That's a legit running term.
Well, I know what a streaker is, but I'm not sure it's the same one.
It's not the same. A streaker is somebody who runs every single day in a big long streak.
Okay.
So yeah.
So they could be someone who runs naked on a field.
What about a bandit?
Okay, a bandit, is that a person who runs that they didn't register?
Yeah, they kind of sneak in the race. They
Okay.
didn't pay. They don't get a shirt.
I like
that type
it.
of thing. All right, let's check
More
our
runners
women's
across
runner.
here.
Is she getting close?
Yes, I believe. Is this her? Anna Geverts right here. Looks like this is her crossing Barrier Tracks Bridge as our women's half marathon winner. Oop, watch it.
Oh. It's okay.
Right here. Yep, looks like she's getting close. Anna Geverts, our 2025 Missoula Marathon Missoula Women's Half Marathon winner, crossing right about now.
Does he need help?
1 hour, 17 and a half minutes. Anna Geverts.
All right. Congratulations. Woo!
Anna Geverts from Glen Mills, Pennsylvania, is your 2025 Women's Half Marathon winner here in Missoula. Congratulations to Anna.
These people definitely giving it their all.
What a race. All right, here's Anna just coming through right here. Congratulations to her. Glen Mills, Pennsylvania, quite a ways.
It is quite a ways, but I think our reputation, is out there.
Totally.
And today Missoula is showing off with this great weather, and the way that this race is organized, it is just top notch. Tricia Dobeck doing a fantastic job. All of Run Wild Missoula, all the volunteers. We're doing a little cleanup here at the finish line. A lot of people giving it their all. Run until you throw up. Sometimes that's just what you
gotta
have to do.
You just got to let it go.
And we think that's fine.
If you're not puking, you're not trying.
I may need new shoes, but that's okay. I was in the splash zone. Kyle, I was in the splash zone. All right, we gotta appreciate our pacers too. We got bikers and then the pace runners. That way when you're running, you kind of know where you are time-wise. All right. Second place for the women coming across at 1:19:21.
Aaron Ford from Missoula.
All right.
Let's take a look at some of these camera angles. So look, that's our view across the Bear Tracks Bridge right there. Man, it's just what a day. For the folks who live here, they're probably looking at that river right now. They're just like, man, it's looking pretty good to start getting on that thing.
Today would be a good day to do that. It's
No
going to be
kidding.
in the 80s.
About to have a little bit of a heat wave coming through here in Missoula in the next few days.
Actually, we have a busy couple of weeks in Missoula. We have a Shania Twain concert, the Zootown Music Festival, the International Choral Festival. Of course, today has been the marathon weekend, goes from Friday to Sunday. You know, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to be right back with more live coverage from the 2025 Missoula Marathon.
From MTN Sports, you're watching the Missoula Marathon, sponsored by the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation.
Welcome back to beautiful Missoula, Montana for the 2025 Missoula Marathon. Thanks so much for joining us here with your KPAX team down at the finish lines. We have your broadcast throughout this event. And just moments ago, we have our men's full marathon winner, and you know who it is. Mark Messmer crossing in first place, his 6th Missoula Marathon title in his career. Jill, he finished at 2 hours, 21 minutes, and about 13 seconds. So he didn't break the record, but it is his personal best for this, breaking his personal best from last year, and of course he just continues to dominate this event. We're going to send it over to Derek Joseph real quick as he has your women's half marathon winner in Anna Geverts. Derek?
Thank you so much, Kyle. I'm here with Anna Geverts from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And what is going through your mind after winning the Missoula Women's Half Marathon?
Oh, well, it's such an honor to be here. I'm so grateful to be here with the people that I'm with. I'm with Puma and Say Sky, which has been an absolutely incredible opportunity. So to come out here and win this in this absolutely beautiful place, an amazing town, there's no words. It's an amazing day.
How do you compare running here to Pennsylvania?
It's a lot more gorgeous here. You can look around and just the scenery is just absolutely incredible. It pulls you through the race.
Yeah, and just being a part of the Missoula Marathon community, what has that been like for you this week? And just what's it been like being a part of it and being involved with the rest of the community?
Yeah, well, right away, everybody is just so incredibly welcoming and nice. Even on the start line, the women next to me were talking to me, complimenting me, introducing themselves, saying good luck, and I was like, wow, like the vibes here are immaculate, and it's just like, yeah, it just felt so natural and organic, and definitely a wonderful group of people.
Yeah, and you were out there alone for a while you were running, and just how do you keep your mind in the right place while you're doing those, like while you're in that point of the run?
Yeah, well, a lot of it comes in training, just practicing all the long runs and the long workouts by myself. And when it comes to race day, it's really just breaking it up, getting to mile 4, getting to 10K, getting to mile 10, and then breaking it up from there into small little chunks.
Did you have a time goal, and did you make it?
I definitely wanted to be under 120, so smash that. Yeah, it was a big PR, so I'm super happy with the day and super happy with the effort.
And you should be. Go and celebrate. Kyle and Jill, back to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
She enjoyed Missoula. What a lovely interview. We're so happy for her coming all the way across the country and doing an absolute stellar job winning.
Heck of a trek and heck of a win, no doubt about it.
Yep.
Congrats to Anna Geverts and Zach Perry, your half marathon winners. What can we say about Mark Messmer and just how he keeps dominating this event?
Well, we thought, oh, gee, do you think he's going to win his 6th? Well, yeah, he's going to win his 6th.
Right.
And as he came across the line, everybody knows he's a favorite. Lots of cheers for him. He's going to meet up with Derek Joseph here in just a second to talk about his win. And you said he got a personal best in this race today.
No kidding. It's interesting too, because he crossed and he really wanted that record, right? But he just another personal best, just continues to just kind of own this event. And I just love that he comes back, right? Because he's won it so many times, he doesn't necessarily need to prove anything. But I love that it's just like kind of part of his calendar.
Well, what's another thing? There is a prize purse for coming in first. So for both the men and women winners of the marathon and half marathon, the prize purse is about $6,150, plus there's some other bonuses. They're not doing it for the prize purse. Some of them are doing it because this is a Boston Marathon qualifier. Some do it just because they love to compete and run, or they just want to be a part of the running community, which is so amazing.
Kind of like Anna said, too, just a beautiful place to run. I think for some of the folks out of state, they just kind of want to be here and experience it. Right now, Derek is standing by with the winner of the men's full marathon, Mark Mesmer. Derek?
Yep, I am here with a familiar face, Mark Mesmer, the 6-time winner of the Missoula Marathon. What is going through your mind after the 6th time?
I mean, it's always special for sure. So coming across the line, the bridge gets wild, and that's so much fun. Right now, I mean, a little bit of disappointment, to be honest. I mean, I can't be that disappointed. Obviously, a win is a win, but I've been shooting for that record for, gosh, probably at least 3 of the last 6 years, and just keep coming up a little bit short, which is disappointing, but at the end of the day, I mean, it's so much fun being out here. So excited. I mean, it's special. Obviously, that's why I keep coming back.
Yeah, speak a little bit more to that, just about being so close to the record and just almost getting it. And does that make you even more motivated to come back next year and take that record?
Yeah, it does. I mean, I have had that on my radar for, I mean, ever since I guess I ran under 220. So at least, gosh, 6-7 years. But here, I mean, this is a net uphill course, right? It's a little bit more challenging. I know, my PR is probably not going to come from Missoula. So, yeah, it definitely gets you motivated just knowing that you're so close, but so far away still. I mean, it's just like you think back at the race, like over probably today and tomorrow, I'll reflect back and think about where could have I made up 5 seconds, 10 seconds, and it only takes 1 or 2 bad miles and then you're off pace, and that's kind of what happened there coming around Bonner Park. I had a little bit of a rough go, and I mean, it's part of the distance. The marathon distance is brutal, and it puts you through it. So,
comparing your other wins, where does this one rank among them?
It's up there for sure. I mean, anytime that you can go back to back and, I mean, put, I guess, 6 in a row now like this is very special. I mean, my first one here will be, obviously, I think, always hold that top slot as the most special Missoula Marathon. Unless, obviously, I get the record, then that one might take that down. But, yeah, I mean, they're all special for sure.
Yeah. Crossing that bridge and just seeing that you were so close, just what was going through your mind? Were you just happy to get the win, or was the record what was on your mind?
Yeah, I mean, always happy to get the win. You never know what's going to happen on race day, and this field, I know a lot of these guys, and they're all very talented. So, I mean, it's hard because you can't really sense who's behind you, and so you never know. Okay, am I getting chased down here? Like, what's going on? So just pushing. Once you crest that little hill, you're pretty sure at that point that you've got it. And then, I mean, just seeing my friends and family, and Trish and Grady, and like they know how much this means to me, and so it's just kind of almost a running joke at this point that I'm so close but can't get it. So.
Well, hopefully you'll be getting it next year. That is Mark Mesmer, your 6-time Missoula Marathon winner. Go and celebrate, even though you're a little bit disappointed.
Thank you so much.
Kyle, Jill, back to you.
All right, that was a really enlightening interview, because you wonder what these elite runners are thinking. And when he talked about having a couple of rough miles, I tried to think of what that would be like, and he felt it, and so he knew, and he felt that got him off pace. We are so very proud of him. I'm sure he, like you said, felt disappointed not to break the record, but that brings motivation for next year, maybe, right?
100%. Well, and you think about even dominating an event like this, just as a competitive spirit, right? Because I mean, he cruised to this victory. No one is close to him, and he's only thinking about the record, right? I mean, that's a high-level athlete right there, and it's very cool for him. We actually have our second marathon finisher right now, Patrick Hutton,
who is from
Flagstaff.
All right.
From Flagstaff, Arizona. So he's our second finisher of the full marathon. But, and like you said, Joe, with Mark saying, just kind of like the human moment, right? He's just like, yeah a couple of rough miles, because we look at them as kind of machines, and he's just like, no, I have rough miles and don't quite get my goal, but still happy to be here.
Exactly. All right, we're also happy to have Danny Hallows here right now. Danny, the weather's been fantastic, and I'm glad to have you here. It's just perfect temperature at this point.
Oh, absolutely. I don't know, Jill, Kyle, if you know what the best temperature to run a marathon is in. Can you guess? 50? 50? Yeah, you're right. It's about 44 to 59
Say
degrees.
45.
Yeah, and some studies say that even chillier temperatures are better for the elite runners. I mean, their bodies are doing so much work, so much heat going on, right, as they're running. But this morning here in Missoula, it's been about between 57 to 64 degrees. So we're a little bit warmer than that sort of elite range, you could say. Through the day, we're going to head into some warmer temperatures too. We've got a light breeze out here. Perfect conditions though, no rain, not a cloud in the sky for us. And usually the coldest temperatures, that's why we start the marathon so early, are, you know, right about 5:30 this time of year, so right about dawn. So hopefully it doesn't get too hot for those finishing a little bit later in the day, but yeah, perfect weather so far.
Nice job, yeah, and again, it puts Missoula in a good light too, right?
Totally.
And to want to come back and enjoy it. This has just been so great, and now we're seeing more of a stream of the half marathoners coming through. Still waiting for the third place marathon runner, and still waiting for the first woman to cross for the Missoula Marathon.
Yes, right now, Carrie Hamilton from Pullman, Washington is our women's leader, according to the stats right now. So she's leading the race for the women's side. And we're waiting for our third place winner on the men's full as well. We're starting to see a nice kind of steady stream of athletes coming across the bridge, and it looks like we have our men's third place right now for the full. That is Ellis McKean from San Francisco.
Okay. Well, we're not kidding when we say people from all over the country are at the Missoula Marathon.
I do love this part of the race, especially for the half, where you start to see the real steady stream of people, and you really start to see like the bulk, because obviously the half marathons just have more people, right? And so it's kind of fun seeing just how many people are actually doing this event.
I like that families have started to show up and line the bridge. I saw one sign that said, "Hot girls run hot half marathons." So they're obviously waiting for their friend to come across and have an inspirational sign.
Absolutely. All right, Ellis McKean. Ellis McKean actually runs on the Grizz track and field team as well.
Got a big smile
and the cross country
on his
team.
face.
Coming across here is our third men's finisher. Congratulations to Ellis. And there we go, rocking the University of Montana Grizzlies. Cross finish line. All right, do you have any more quiz questions?
I do have a quiz question. Do you know what a fartlek means? Fartlek.
No, I do not.
It's actually a Swedish term.
Okay.
It sounds like I'm saying something stupid, but no, it's a Swedish term, and it's speed play. That's what it means. So you're jogging along or doing your run, and then you do a sprint, and then you just keep going. So speed, fartlek.
Okay.
What about bonking?
Okay, someone mentioned it's with your body shuts down, right?
Yeah.
We cheated on that one. Someone told me this the other day, so yeah. But I'm 2 for 2. Two and two.
Yeah, you need to have some gels that gives you carbohydrates. It's when you don't eat or drink enough during a run and your body just goes, nope.
See, it's funny with these terms, I've just never heard of them. Like, I just haven't heard any of these. But real quick, we're going to check in with Mark Martin, who's been out in the field. Let's.
Hey, Jill and Kyle, I'm here near mile 24 on the course. Bonner Park is alongside me, and I'm at one of the aid stations, and I have a couple of the volunteers helping out the runners today. First of all, Dr. Micah Hill, the superintendent of Missoula County Public Schools. He is here. Alongside him is his wife, Nicole. They're also with First Presbyterian Church, and church members are out here just helping the runners, providing food and refreshments and so forth. So first of all, Dr. Hill, talk about why you're a part of this and what all you guys are doing.
Yeah, I think in years past I've actually been a participant in the marathon and the half marathon, and this was just a way to give back to our community a little bit here with a great group of volunteers behind me who are helping to make sure that our runners are having fun and everybody's being hydrated and staying safe.
And Nicole, what is your role here today? Talk about maybe some of the specifics that you're providing for the runners.
Well, the marathon organization really is very well organized, and they really just provide a very structured system for us. So it's very easy, and we just implement to the best of our ability, but it provides hydration and any first aid supplies or anything they might need at this point in the race. And we just bring cheer and and a lot of positivity.
That's wonderful. And being a part of the church, is this something the church does every year, help out the marathoners?
Yes, this is our first time volunteering to help with this event, and they've kind of put us in charge. I'm not really sure why, but the experts are really behind us today, and they've been doing this for a number of years.
Well, I saw you had some pretty big speakers, so obviously the music is going to be a big part of it.
We're bringing a little more cheer, pump up the environment a little bit as people are coming through. They're working hard, so we want to celebrate them.
All right, thank you so much again, Dr. Micah Hill and his wife, Nicole. I'm going to go ahead and send it on back to you, Jill and Kyle, again, your mile 24 at Bonner Park, and it's just going to be a great day for the marathoners. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Mark, for that. You know, we talked about the volunteers, 600 plus to fill 800 plus positions. So, hey, if you're thinking maybe you want to get involved in the Missoula Marathon next year, volunteer, because they could sure use your help, and they're all over the finish line, and they're having the best time ever. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back right here at the 2025.
From MTN Sports, you're watching the Missoula Marathon, sponsored by the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation.
All right, welcome back. You know, as we're at this finish line, so many sweet moments. A woman just crossed the half marathon and picked up her young son and was walking around with him and in the medal, and it's just lovely. And some people are just celebrating because they've done this amazing thing today.
You got to be proud of Mom, right? That's pretty amazing.
Good
And
job, Mom.
that's the community event, right? That's what just makes it so much fun. I mean, we're really starting to see quite a few half marathon runners finish right behind us right now. Excuse me. The bridge is starting to get a little full, and the sun's really starting to get to the end of the bridge now. That's how you know we've been out here for a while.
We have. The sun is up. Hey, there's so many wonderful moments that people experience as they run the marathon course. Can you believe they're serenaded by piano music? They are. Here's a story now from Zach Bolheim about how they're being encouraged to keep going.
This year I'm going to move this piano out to somewhere in the Big Flat neighborhood, in someone's front yard, and basically just be playing the piano as people run by. I am still thinking about maybe bringing a microphone and like singing some songs, but I really haven't decided. I moved the piano for it last year, and Gary told me that this is probably going to be his last year, and that he was probably going to throw my name in there. I'm one of the few guys in town that can get a piano out there. I've played piano basically my whole life. I play and sing downtown and with a few bands in town. My personal reasons are actually twofold. I'm a runner myself. I ran the marathon 2 years ago, and I've ran a lot of Run Wild events. You know, my job is like serving the musical community, and this sort of feels like my version of like how I can volunteer for the community in my own niche way.
All right, people contributing in so many ways to make this just a really special weekend for all of these runners. Take a look at the scene now. You're looking at the Bear Tracks Bridge. You've got a couple of different shots there as runners continue to stream across. Right now we are waiting for the last elite runner, and that would be the winner of the women's marathon. Who's in first place right now?
So right now it's Carrie Hamilton from Pullman, Washington, a couple hours away from here in Missoula, Montana. She just crossed, well, I don't know if it was just, but she has crossed the 20-mile mark, so she needed about 6.2 left to go. Not quite sure when that happened. She was just over the 2-hour mark at that point, but she is our current leader right now, Carrie Hamilton from Pullman, Washington, so we'll keep an eye out for her. We have another full marathon winner crossing right now, so those are starting to trickle in a little bit, the full marathon competitors right now, but that's our last winner that we're waiting to see cross right now.
That's right. Yeah, and of course the full marathon started at 6 this morning at the starting line in Frenchtown. The half marathon this year for the first time started at 7, and that's at Blue Mountain Road.
Yes.
So kind of staggered times there. And I've done the half marathon twice, and I would have appreciated a 7 a.m. start rather than 6 because there's such anxiety. You're going to miss the bus, and are you going to get a good night's sleep, and what do you eat the night before? There's a whole science that goes into it, which is why the training is so important. You have to wear an outfit that your body is familiar with. Obviously the same shoes, because if you throw on something new, you could end up chafing. And that's a serious problem.
Oh, yeah.
When your clothes are rubbing and when you're running for that long. That's why something called body glide is important.
Okay.
Which is another funny running term. But it helps keep you from getting, rashes and scratches from your clothes and your shoes. It's just part of it.
I believe Jill when she's giving us these terms, but I ran and I've never heard half these, so I'm glad I'm learning some things right now.
Oh, I did a deep dive in running terms for us, yeah.
How was the half marathon when you did it?
I loved it. Again, it's sort of you have anxiety at the beginning because it's dark out and
Sure.
you're hoping that you're going to do okay and nothing's going to go wrong. But then you get in it and there's such a sense of community, especially like me, I was back of the pack kind of thing. So everyone's like-minded and everyone encourages each other. You do get really happy when you see the bridge, but I'm going to tell you about the Bear Tracks Bridge. You think, all right, I am going to finish and it's going to be great. This bridge is longer than you think, and it's uphill at the very end, so it's a challenge. And I lost my breath and I thought, I can't walk across this bridge. That'd be too embarrassing. So I kept going, but it is deceivingly long.
Okay. Hey, but you did it.
I did it.
Which all that matters.
I did. I have my medals, and now I can check that off my list.
It's a sweet event. I mean, I'd love to do it someday. It looks great, just how perfect the weather is, especially since, a few years ago when they moved it up to kind of avoid fire season, right? Like, this used to be more of a July event, but now they do it late June, which feels like you're kind of hitting the prime and the peak of the summer a little bit, which is really cool.
Right. Ever since they moved up to June, I think it's worked out really well with the weather. It's been perfect. And no smoke, which is the big thing.
Even better. 100%. Yeah, right now it's like, a month from now, this could be very smoky out here. A quick update on Carrie Hamilton right now. So as it stands, we're sitting at about 2 hours, 45 minutes on the time for the full marathon. The women's record is 2 hours, 43 minutes and 30 seconds, which was set last year by Mariah Berdal. So no new record this year, but Carrie, of course, still winning this race, and we're waiting for her to cross the finish line here. A few more full marathon winners there. Take a look at some of these camera angles. A lot of folks out today as the marathon continues to roll on, and I'm with you. I kind of like the new start changes for these events. Like, it's kind of, I like the staggered and like the new times for them.
It works out for us because we get to have, so we don't have to wait and wait. They're coming across already. They got that hour head start,
and there's a look at your men, your top finishers for the men. Mark Mesmer, of course, winning his 6th Missoula Marathon, coming back home. Ellis McKean taking 3rd. Patrick Hutton taking 2nd from Flagstaff, Arizona. Congratulations to those 3 on a spectacular performance today here in Missoula.
We talked a little bit about the kids marathon. You think, how can kids run a marathon? That's not how that works. It's how it goes is that through the course of the year, kids are keeping track of their exercise, whether they're running or swimming or playing soccer, so that it adds up to about 25 miles. And then for the kids marathon, that race is 1.2, and that makes it 26.2. So it's basically the last leg of a marathon for them. And it helps kids, learn to run and exercise and enjoy the outdoors. And yesterday was awesome. They had capes on, they were running fast. There were kids as young as 2 who were running. They had no idea what was going on, but they did it, and it was really fun.
I love the theme, the superhero theme. Oh man, you want to get kids involved, that's perfect for them.
Give them a cape, right?
Yeah, that's incredible. It was fun, and one of the events too, the Tony Vanovich 5K, it's always nice, when they kick that off on Saturday to honor the life of Tony Vanovich, obviously a legend here, not just Missoula, but really the Montana running community, who he unfortunately lost back in 2020. He was the race director of the Missoula Marathon from 2015 to 2019. Great man. We got to work with him, cover him, just really kind of giving this event life and creating it to what it is today. He's a big part of that.
And it's great that he is remembered year after year for his contributions and creating this amazing event. Again, you know, if you're in the vicinity, you should come by and just, you know, feel the energy of the crowd and see all the support that people are giving these runners today. Here we go. All right, our first woman has crossed the marathon finish line. We are looking up to see who she is. Congratulations.
Let's see. All right, yeah. All right, Carrie Hamilton, your winner of the 2025 Women's Full Marathon from Pullman, Washington. Congratulations to Carrie. Led pretty much the whole way and got it done here in Missoula. Congratulations to her, and we officially have all of our winners.
We do. A couple more on the women's side for second and third in the marathon, but our elites are making it happen today.
You said it looked to be about 2 hours, 48 minutes on the finish time, I believe, for Carrie?
Yep.
Okay. Congratulations to her.
Can you imagine running for 2 hours, 2.5 hours?
No.
Yeah, no, me neither. These people are admirable.
When I was back doing cross country, I want to say twice we did 13-mile runs for practice, and that's the longest I've ever done, which is funny because that is the half marathon. That, I remember, wasn't bad at the time, but doubling that sounds challenging.
Well, what's interesting is when you sign up for the Run Wild Missoula training classes, if you're doing the half marathon, the last long run you do is 14 miles because they want you psychologically to understand if you can do 14, you can do 13.1. So if this is something you're thinking about but you're not quite sure if you know how to train, those classes start in January and they're amazing. We have our second woman about to cross the marathon finish line.
So this is actually our third runner, Annie Richards from Boone, North Carolina. This is our third finisher. I'm going to make a quick correction. Bailey Parker Godfrey from West Yellowstone, Montana is your 2025 winner. Our apologies on that. Had it mixed up here on the live results, but Bailey Parker Godfrey from West Yellowstone. Okay. Shout out, tiny town in Montana right outside of Bozeman. She's your winner. Carrie Hamilton from Pullman, Washington, second. Annie Richards, third place. So we have our top three on the women's side. Congratulations to all of them.
And we'll be talking to them soon with Derek Joseph, talking about what it took to bring on the win this morning.
Man, West Yellowstone, pretty incredible views, I imagine, if you're out there running every day and training for a marathon. No complaints, I'm sure, on her part.
Nope. It's fun to have so many locals win, too.
Yes.
You know, not that we love everybody from out of state, but sometimes it's nice to cheer for the hometown runners.
Absolutely. Take a look at this shot here. What a scene here in Missoula this beautiful morning on a Sunday. Runners crossing the finish line. Yesterday it was packed because you saw where all that green grass was he had the farmers market on top of the 5K and the kids marathon. It was hopping a little bit in downtown Missoula.
Now after the race, everyone can go down to Karis Park. There's going to be all sorts of food, water, places to take pictures, gathering with your families, and just sort of celebrating what happened here today, the accomplishments of the runners as they finish this up today.
Absolutely, and again, our apologies for that mix-up, but Bailey Parker Godfrey from West Yellowstone is your women's full marathon winner. Carrie Hamilton from Pullman, Washington was second, and Annie Richards from Boone, North Carolina was third. So we have our top three finishers on the women's side. We're going to take a quick break, and then we'll send it over to Derek as he catches up with the winner, Bailey Parker Godfrey.
From MTN Sports, you're watching the Missoula Marathon, sponsored by the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation.
Welcome back. Thanks for hanging out with us on a beautiful Sunday in Missoula, Montana for the 2025 Missoula Marathon as runners continue to cross the Bear Tracks Bridge to finish up this year's race. Now, Derek Joseph is standing by with the winner of the women's full marathon, Bailey Parker Godfrey. Let's send it over to Derek.
Yes, thank you so much, Kyle. It is great to be here with you, Bailey. So what was going through your mind as you crossed that finish line first as the first woman in the marathon?
I think just pure excitement. Like, I raced this 2 years ago and I took third, and I love to compete, so I'm always competing for that first place. And so I actually passed her like right in the last mile, and so that was just like super exciting. Good feeling.
So running in West Yellowstone compared to here, what is that like? And so what is it like being out here at the Missoula Marathon?
Honestly, I was telling them last week I ran in snow, and so it was kind of warm today for me, and that kind of made me a little bit nervous. But I mean, I love Missoula. I've been running here since I was in junior high school, so I love coming here. I think it's a great town to race in. The support on the course was awesome. So it's a great place to run.
Does running in such a difference in climate, does that kind of help you? Is there a way you can train for that? Or is there just something you prepare for? Or do you just kind of come out and wing it?
Honestly, I just kind of come out and wing it. I mean, I'm always going to lower elevation, so that's helpful because we're at really high elevation. But I'm always praying for snow on race day because I know that will give you an advantage. I've never really had snow on race day, so I just kind of hope for the best and try to stay hydrated during it.
Yeah, and how has it been being a part of the Missoula community at this Missoula Marathon? Obviously, everybody's so welcoming here, and just what has been your experience so far?
Honestly, I love running here. It's been great. This was my first race without music, and so that was kind of nerve-wracking going into it because I was like, oh man, that's a lot of time just like with my thoughts. But there was so much support on the course that honestly the miles went by so fast. So.
Well, you would deserve a celebration right here, so congratulations, you're Missoula Women's Marathon winner. Thank you, and Kyle, Jill, back to you.
Great stuff there, Derek. Congratulations to Bailey Parker Godfrey, our 2025 Women's Full Marathon winner. Was that not the most Montana answer ever, talking about running in snow last week?
Well, that's what happened. Remember, last week was so crazy, and I'm thinking, wow, West Yellowstone, you're kind of dodging elk and bison and snow, and then a week later, that's Montana for you, right?
No kidding. Well, interesting to hear her say, too, past Carrie Hamilton in the last mile. So really kind of kicked it on the very end to get the victory as she comes over here. But yeah, that's hilarious about the weather.
We had a different leader throughout much of that race, and so that kind of like, wait, where'd she come from?
No kidding. What
on the afterburners.
Congratulations to them. So we have our top three finishers across all of them. Just a quick recap here: Bailey Parker Godfrey and Mark Mesmer, your full marathon winners, and then the half marathon winners, Anna Geverts from Philadelphia and Zach Perrin from Bozeman were the half marathon winners as well. So not bad. Pretty good day.
A really good day. And you know, again, all the credit here goes to Run Wild Missoula. This is one of the largest running clubs in the Pacific Northwest. They put on 15 different races every year. They have training classes, group runs, a lot of social events, really bringing the running community together and welcoming in those who are just thinking about being in the running community. They are lovely people, and they do such a wonderful job. This is so well organized, and the city of Missoula really comes out for it. There's the start. Is that the half or the full? What do you think?
Full.
The full.
I believe.
Out there in Frenchtown.
Yes.
Look at that. What a beautiful shot. Gotta love drone technology.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Kind of gives you a look you don't normally get to see.
Well, just seeing the way this event has blossomed too. Like you mentioned, the efforts put in by Run Wild Missoula. Obviously, we talked about Tony Banovich, Trisha Drobeck right now, all the work her and her staff put in, all the volunteers. They've done such a good job, and it just grows more and more because really part of the story of this marathon too is didn't happen for 2 years during the COVID-19 pandemic.
That's right. We were trying to think of how many years we've been broadcasting, and I honestly can't figure it out, but I do remember it was sad that we couldn't do it. They did a virtual marathon, you know, to kind of keep people interested and excited, but not the same.
Not the same.
So when it came back, in 2022. Yeah. Oh, it was a celebration to be had.
Absolutely.
We're glad to be back down here.
The bounce back was big, right?
Yes.
Even bounce back from that, kind of get your feet back under you, and then continue to build this event. And as we look here at the finish line, a lot of runners coming in now as this event continues to roll on. The sunshine has almost reached us at our location, so that's how you know we're starting to get to the part where everybody's starting to cross the finish line. We'd love to see it. A lot of great marks, a lot of hugs, a lot of people very supportive in this atmosphere as well. It's a lot of fun. And what was the number? It was over 7,500 throughout the whole weekend, right?
Yeah, 7,500 throughout the whole weekend. We talked about, they're from all 50 states, 8 different countries, things like that. A lot of people giving it their all here today, that's for sure.
No doubt about it.
Yeah, so this has actually been a big boom for Missoula. All the hotels and the restaurants, and hopefully they got to enjoy some of the shops, and who knows, maybe they'll come back here for a vacation once they see what a great little city we got.
Well, like you said, too, kind of hopping right now. I mean, Missoula slowly turning into this entertainment hub, especially in the summertime. We've got the marathon this week, Shania Twain playing at Washington Grizzly Stadium on Wednesday, the Zootown Music Festival, the first time that's ever happened at the fairgrounds on Friday and Saturday. Lots going on right now as we head into July. Summertime is fully here. People are going to start getting on the river a lot more concerts going out at Kettle House, the Wilma, Big Sky Amphitheater. It's a pretty busy time right now. I love it.
Look at us, right? We also have the International Choral Festival coming up later in July, so I don't know, maybe this is the kickoff to what's going to be an amazing summer. I know it has just been such a great time down here this morning. We're so proud to be the TV sponsor for this incredible event.
Look at how many people are on the bridge. They're celebrating and cheering folks on.
This is also a fundraiser for a lot of organizations. For example, Montana Youth Homes. They take pledges. Their goal is to raise about $100,000 for their efforts. Sometimes you'll see people running in funny costumes. They have a group called the Back of the Pack. They're the ones that will be the very last ones to finish, because it doesn't matter when, just as long as you do.
Absolutely. Well, this has been a lot of fun. Like we mentioned, we have all of our winners, all of our top 3 placers in all of these events. Zach Perrin, Anna Gevitz, your half marathon winners. I would feel the exact same way.
Yeah.
Range of emotions and outcomes for a lot of
Hey, we're vamping here. All right, good for you.
Bailey Parker Godfrey, Mark Mesmer, your full marathon winners. Congratulations to them. Congratulations to everybody who participated in this great event. And thank you all so much at home for following along and watching here as we could bring you this broadcast once again.
Oh, it's an honor. We hope to be back next year. Maybe we've inspired you to maybe lace up your own running shoes and give it a try. Again, Run Wild Missoula has training classes. If you think you can't do it, yes, you can. Because a lot of people do. I do, and I don't like running, but I did it.
You did it.
I did it. Yeah, you can too. So congratulations to Run Wild Missoula. Congratulations to all the volunteers and to Tricia Droback for organizing this amazing event. From the KPAX team down here at the finish line of the 2025 Missoula Marathon, we are signing off now. Have an awesome Sunday.